Okay, so we have a GE washer, and this is a newer unit, 5 years old. Here's the model number. The complaint was that the clothes come out soapy and they're kind of wet. She said it's probably not draining well, but I checked, the drain pump's working fine. The water is able to drain. So I'm gonna just run the speed wash real quick. But what I find out, yeah. Weird. Anyway, right now it's running. All the lights are out. Maybe that's the way it's designed to. But anyway, what happened? I did the speed wash. It filled up. It agitated. Everything was going on just fine. Didn't want to wait the whole cycle, so I paused it, put it to drain to spin. Push start button. All of a sudden, it drained really well. It started spinning, and in about 5 minutes, all of a sudden, it went totally dead quiet. And I was sitting there, until I tried to lift up the lid. As soon as I lifted it up, the drain pump kicked back in and started spinning. So I assume there's a problem with the lid lock. There was no blinking lights, no error codes, nothing. I'm gonna try to duplicate this right now. I'm pretty set on the lid switch. Those are hard to diagnose. On these models, they have multiple cables. You can test continuity and the locking mechanism, and there's also a sensor in the lid switch. It senses if it's locked or not. Those are hard to diagnose. Sometimes the lid lock is clicking multiple times. It's blinking the light, or sometimes there's no symptoms at all and it just doesn't run. Especially in the spin cycle, the lid switch is very important in the high spin. If the washer is not doing the high spin, it's either because they haven't drained the water out or it's not sensing the lid lock. So, but if your water is draining fine, it's empty and it's not spinning, one of the issues could be lid switch. Also, there's other issues like motor control, but in this one, yeah, what gave out the problem was trying to lift the lid, jostle the switch, and all of a sudden it sensed it closed, and it continued with the cycle. So I'm gonna probably order a new lid switch on this one and come back. Okay, so it's agitating. Everything is looking great. Pause it. Change it to drain and spin. These, not sure what it means here with these 3 little spurts of water when you say drain and spin, but it's a part of the design. Yep, you heard the lid switch click. It locked. That lid locked. It should start draining now first before the spin. Yep, the drain pump is on. Draining really well. Here's a quick tip for you. So you see the water coming up pretty high up on this one. They do have a drain hose way up there. That's a good thing. But in some cases I've seen where the drain hose is laying on the bottom. So a very common issue, people say, oh, it's my washer not draining. But actually the water is siphoning back into the hose. After it drained, it goes into the spin. The sink is, let's say, clogged, like a sock is laying there or something, or just clogged, and the water goes up really high, sucks the water back in. Then it can throw all kinds of errors, unbalanced load, the load is too heavy to spin, the clothes are sopping wet after it's done. Very common issue, so always have a drain sock. Yep, here we go, we got the same thing here. Now it's totally quiet. The lid is locked. Nothing's happening. Kicked in, it's spinning, it's pumping. Not sure what that little pause was. Maybe the first time I was little too impatient, grab the lid at the same time and kick back in. But let's say it's spinning right now. So far it's doing everything that it's supposed to do. I think it's spinning, but not very fast. You can't feel it. Might have to pull out diagnostics and look at the error codes to see why this thing is acting up. Also, I need more information from the owner, if it happened multiple times or if it's been only once. But so far it's spinning. You can see the washer is moving a little. I can feel the drum is spinning pretty fast. The pump is still pumping. Not 100% on why the clothes are soapy when they're done. Why it's not finishing the cycle. I'm still suspecting the lid switch, but not sold on this one yet. We'll have to probably run a diagnostic, see what codes come up. Okay, so I decided to look at the bottom of this thing. I can see already there's a bunch of shavings behind there. I have replaced belt a few times on these. One time it said lady was like the belt was slipping. Oh, look at that. There's a little bag with the error codes. It can be read here, and I'll run the diagnostics. That's where they hide the manual on this one. Okay, good to know. So I'm gonna take this cover off, see how the belt looks. Look at this. So yeah, there's 3 bolts holding this cover. I got the washer just tipped on the back. Didn't even unhook the water line. Yeah, the belt is pretty shredded. Definitely feels loose. Could it be that it's spinning loose with the heavy load? It's possible, but yeah, that could be. Since I've seen that before on these, I'm guessing we're gonna try the belt first. And because it's doing just fine with empty load. Yeah, there's definitely some spots where it's looks pretty bad. Sometimes I see oil leaking from the transmission, and it gets on this wheel, and then it makes it more slippery. I know when I put a new belt, it's really hard to put on. So yeah, this is, I think, a 3rd or 4th belt I put on one of these models. I'm guessing that's gonna be an issue. Okay, well, let's do the whole thing here, I guess. We have a fault display here, chart. So these lights, let's say you get just a couple lights on. This one's easy to read. It's not like a 2-part code. Some models have like 2-part code, and then it's blinking. It's hard to decipher. This one is easy. You got 1 light, blink, that's a 32, and then you just go by number, lid lock, let's say. So let's see what we can pull up for codes. So these are the code chart. This is the code explanations. And now we just need to enter into consumer error mode. So from the idle state, all LEDs off, press and hold start button for 10 seconds. I assume it has to be plugged in. Yeah, I'm pretty set on the belt on this one. She hasn't mentioned any codes, but sometimes it doesn't show anything. But there's some codes stored in the system that might give us an idea what could be. So let's try that. Press start button, 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Blink. Here we go. Blinking code right away. Okay, so we got fill, soak, and rinse. 1, 2, and 4. Not sure. Okay, I guess this light is also counted as a light. So this one is not. So it's 2, 3, and 5. So 2, 3, and 5. It's a 26. So it's the second light, a third light, and a fifth light. Code 26. Out of balance. Oh, ended final spin. That's a common code. See if there's any other codes. Not sure what I'm doing there. I'm just trying to guess it. So, pause and lid lock LED should be constantly blinking. The first fault, if present, shown. Press start button will display next call. Alright, let's do this again. I started by sometimes you turn the knob and it does something different. In this case, it wasn't showing the code. Alright, let's get back in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There you go. Okay, we in it. Okay, it's showing same code. We press start. Okay, no more codes. Oh, I guess it is a code. So all the lights were on, and now we got 27. 27, probably similar to 26. Pressure sensor dropout. So it's not reading correct pressure, water pressure. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So basically it's not sensing the change in pressure as filling or draining. Now this code is, we got this here, fill, wash, rinse. We already had that one before. Rinse and spin, last two. So code 3, locked motor monitor. Okay, so it says it's not spinning. It's not sensing the motor spin while trying to spin. There we go. That would be a slipping belt. Totally, 100%. That's my belt error. That's another code. This guy, 23. Critical lid lock failure. It could be lid lock too now. Okay. That's what I love about all these codes. You get so many, you don't even know what to do with them. So we have the one that all of them are blinking. 31. Out of balance. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the belt. Lid lock possible. All the other ones kinda irrelevant. The pressure switch error is a concerning one, but seems like it's working fine right now. Sometimes could be gunk in the pressure line. You can unplug the pressure line from the control board and blow through it. I think sometimes it's on the pressure switch, sometimes on the control board. Make sure the machine is out of water, with no water, and unplugged when you do that. But yeah, we're gonna try the belt first. I'm pretty sure we'll fix most of the issues that she's explaining. Pause. possible lid switch, but usually it's only one problem, so we'll start with the easy one. I think it's easier to replace than a cheaper one. Okay, we'll go with this. I'll let you know what it looks like when it's on.